So, you're an introvert, shy, or an anxious person, but you want to get to know people and just talk to them. First off, I want to say a round of applause for you wanting to do something new, as that can take a lot out of a person to put themselves in uncomfortable situations. And for many of us, it's like just being an introvert, right? Myself, I was always in a spot where it's like I was always talking, whether it was school, whether it was my work, whether it was just being out. So it was like I'm glad for that I was able to have those certain experiences. And with that being said, it's like I just kind of want to take what I know and just share it with anyone who may need it. As for first off, you're gonna need experience and depth, because it's like to have like truly deep connections, it's like you gotta have some sort of character to you. You gotta have some sort of, my fault, I thought I heard something, but you gotta have some sort of depth to you where it's like there's so much to you. It's like every time they talk to you, it's like they figure out something new. It's like finding a new piece of the puzzle, and with that comes experiences, things you do. And it's like that's just the starting point where it's like you got to put yourself out there in new environments, because it's like your comfort zone may be small, and that's not to be hurtful in any way, shape, or form. It might be small, but as you do new things, it expands, and constantly keeps growing. And you have all these stories to tell, and you have all these experiences that you can share if it ever comes up. For example, like let's say, you're at a store, you see some shoes, you're like, I like those shoes, where'd you get them? And then he's like, oh, I got it at this store over here. And you're like, oh, I remember this one time I saw my fault. Okay. So as I was saying, it's like, yo, I went to the store, and you wouldn't believe what happened. There was a fight that broke out, and what had happened was they were both fighting over the same shoe, the same pair, those same pairs, and you wouldn't believe that. So it's like crazy that you got your hands on it. And it's like, honestly, conversations in itself can just spin off in so many random ways, and it's like it's really just being open to experiences with either just people or events or things like that, anything and everything. Because if you kind of stay in the same routine, it's like, what is there to talk about, in a way where it's like there isn't much. And now that's not to say what you have in your day-to-day life isn't exciting. It could be for some people, where it's like, let's say you're a gamer and you're amazing at the game, so you meet someone who's on that same level, and you guys can just talk about that, be going deep in the game or talking about the game itself. And it's like, that's one thing too, is like kind of the person you're talking to, being aware of what they like and getting to know that. And that's more someone just like over time you start to learn these things. And but when you're first meeting someone, it seems like a huge hurdle just to kind of talk, to open your mouth and say hello, hi, how's it going? It seems like a huge hurdle, but think it's kind of like a skill. It's a muscle in a way, where it's like the more you do it, the more repetitions you do it, the easier it gets. Think of it like riding a bike. At first you're gonna fall. You don't know how to balance yourself. You don't know how to keep yourself balanced as you're pushing. And as you keep doing it, as you keep cycling, guess what? You get the grasp of it, you get the hang of it. It's a skill. You get better at it. And over time, it's unconscious. So putting it into talking to new people, you might want to start off with, hi, hello, how's it going? How's your day? Oh, what you got planned for the week? Anything exciting coming over the weekend? And those are just simple. And it's like, I say the easiest spots to do it is work. Like, let's say you're a cashier, that's the easiest spot. And school, because you're surrounded in a class of, let's say 30 people. It's like you got people sitting next to you and things like that. So it's like, I mean, it's just being open and honest. Like, don't be so stuck in your head. It's okay. Nothing's gonna happen. Like, you're not gonna be made fun of. You're not, nothing like that is gonna happen, because on a day-to-day basis, a lot of people are also facing their own anxiety, their own worries, their own things. So it's like, if you can just ease them out of that and just kind of enjoy the moment, it's like that's amazing. That is amazing in itself. So realize, like, people can be going through the same thoughts as you. They can be having the same thoughts, like they want to talk to people but they're too scared to. But if you bring that out of them and you just talk and just converse and just enjoy yourselves, it's like you can make a genuine friend off that. And it's like, not everyone has to be your friend. No, you don't want to spread yourself thin, but it's just being, cordial in a way where it's like you're able to speak to anyone. That's how it always was for me. I was cool with everyone, whether it was in school, for example. It was either I was cool with the band kids, the football players, the soccer players, the other people. We had just the regular people, the gamers, and all that. So it's like and that was just me being open, just being curious and just talking, just getting to know them, because it's like they were all interesting people in their own way, just as you are interesting in your own way. And kind of express your own certain characteristics, your own attitudes, your own way of speaking, because the same way I speak is not going to be the same way you speak. And also, it's like following other people's word for word advice, like on how to talk. It's like, it's not going to be true in a way where it's like, it doesn't represent you in your own way, your own unique personality. Because in the same situation, what I say and what you say is going to be different. So it's like, there's no right way to have a conversation. It's just, you go with the flow. That's literally how it is. So it's like, don't think there's no right thing to say. And although there is timing and things like that, and a whole different idea, it's like, when is the right time to say something? But over time, you'll realize, like, oh, this works, this doesn't, and it's like, don't be afraid of rejection. Do not be afraid of rejection. No matter what, it is okay. It is okay. It is completely natural. Failure is okay and don't even look at it as failure, because look, you intended to go out and talk to someone. You did just that. That is a success in my eyes. You said, I'm gonna go talk to them. You talked to them. Now the conversation may not have lasted as long as you wished, but you talked to them. Realize you talked to them. That was the goal in mind. Now if you didn't, you can consider that a failure, but that doesn't mean it's over. It just means you can do better next time. You can actually do it next time. And realize, like, it's always just a cycle of, thoughts that we may have, where it's like, what if they think this? What if they think that? Oh no, like, I don't want, it feels uncomfortable, It feels weird. It feels weird. It's supposed to. It's really supposed to, if you're not used to it. As with anything in life. As with anything in life that's new, it's uncomfortable. It feels embarrassing. It feels shameful. But just know, if you keep going, it's a skill, it's a muscle that you grow. It's a muscle that you just constantly improve on, time after time. And it's like, you'll notice, you'll pick up on things. You will pick up on things. And you'll improve your own speaking ability. And you'll make friends through it too. So it's like, just be open to new experiences, new people, new ways of looking at people, new ideas they may present to you. Because you never know what they could be going through. You never know what's on their mind. You don't know them at all. So, with that being said, you don't know them. How is it a right thing to talk about? Think about it. You don't know them. What is the right thing to talk about? There is no right thing. It's like you're still figuring it out. So, with that being in mind, it's like, you can take the conversation in any which direction. And you can kind of gauge, like, their interests. If they don't like it, they like it. It's like, oh, wow. But the whole goal here is talking. Just being able to freely express yourself. Freely just say, okay, I want to get to know people. Or I just want to talk. That's the goal in mind. That's what you might be there for. and anything that comes after that is a bonus. But as far as like starting a conversation, it's like obviously there's how's your day, how's your, like, hey, how are you, just simplest way you can put it, hey, how are you, introduce yourself. Don't forget to introduce yourself. You're like, hi, let's say your name can be Suzanne, Christian, Derek, Melanie. It can be anything. Okay, that's your name. For me to be like, my name's Carlos, so it's like, I am Carlos, nice to meet you, and then just get into the conversation. And if they're doing something, you're like, you can say like, hey, could I have a moment of your time? I just wanted to say this. And then you say what you want to say and realize, like, it can go any which way. Just add your personality in it, because it's like the same way. Someone may be witty, they add a little joke in there. Someone may be funny, they're just naturally funny. Someone's more calm, laid back. It's like they just create a nice, soothing atmosphere. So it's like, don't try and pretend to be no one you're not, because you never will be them. You'll only be the second best them. If at that, you'll be the best you. You will be the best you. And have your own back, trust yourself enough to do it. And it's like, and nowadays, like, as far as meeting people, like the places and everything, it's like, yo, you can meet anyone anywhere, especially with social media. Like, you can literally just hop in a random community. What apps are there? Discord, Reddit, Facebook, Instagram. Yo, you can literally just meet people anywhere and everywhere. And in real life, it's like the mall, the store, at work, at school. So it's like, yo, you literally just walk outside and you can see someone, your neighbors. You can say, hey, good morning, neighbor, or their name. It's just being open and honest and just being there, present. That's the best way. And it's like, there's really a beauty in the connection of talking to people, because it's like, you should know when it's like, over time, you just know someone and they know you, and it's like, you guys are like locked in. You guys are like twins, basically. It's an amazing feeling. And if not, it's like, yo, start now. And that's the thing, it's like, start now. You can hear this advice. It's one thing just to hear it, but it's another thing to actually do it. And if you're doing it, you're committed to doing it, I applaud you. Get to cooking, and it's like, yo, be open to new experiences. That's the main point. Too. Like, that's a huge point, where you're able to be in any environment and just enjoy yourself. Just be in the moment. As everything in life is like, it can be exciting. There's so much excitement in the world. There's so much you can do, talk about, say, think, and just be active in that. Be active in just doing that. And now it's like, don't try and people please, where you're just kind of doing anything to make anyone happy. It's like, no, just find the people who are right for you. You don't want to be friends with everyone. Being honest, some people are not right for you. And that's the thing. It's like over communicating, and it's like talking to more people, expanding your horizon. It's like, you'll realize who's good for you. And if you know yourself too, that's a plus. If you know what you like, dislike, and what you accept in your life, like principles and all that, it's like, you know which people are going to be right for you. And if you're right for them too, it's like, again, just to bring it back, it's like, if you're an introvert, shy, or anxious person, it's like, you really just gotta step out your comfort zone and just challenge the bull with like your hands on the horns. It's like, take life, put it in your hands, take that and just move forward, run with it, and it's gonna be okay. You're gonna trip and fall. It's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. Don't ever think of it like that. And just understand, like, at the end of the day, it's beautiful having a connection with people. It's amazing. It's amazing, especially with you can rely on them. It's like, come on, come on. But other than that, I just kind of want to leave it off there. But thank you for watching. If you have any, thing you want to share, any experiences you want to share, I'd be happy to hear. And I'm for sure certain other people would want to hear that too. But thank you.